Hello good people and welcome back to Level Up Your Tactics. Although Grandmaster Hikaru is often known for his otherworldly tactics, Magnus Carlsen's world-class positional ability is also supported by an extremely powerful tactical eye. Let's see if you guys can keep up with Magnus. Let's boost our ELO.
Round 1, fight!
So we have two tactical positions here from Magnus. Before I begin and before I forget, if you do like this content, you find it tolerable, if it's helping your ELO, and you just plain enjoy it somewhat, maybe, please leave a like and sub. You have my gratitude. Let's get started. Alright, Magnus plays as white against Andrei Gorovets. I believe this is a chess.com game from the chess.com database. And here, it's black to play and move, or rather black to play. They're quite even. Magnus is in castle, the opponent has in castle, the opponent has a fianchetto, and still has a dark squared bishop. And it's black to move and play. You'll see that Magnus has preserved his bishop there, eyeing the diagonal, has a knight on e4, and a knight on g5, just harassing the light squares there. And here the opponent plays b6, dubious, because the proper way to play is just to ask this knight or to politely go away. And because of that move, Magnus asks the knight on d4 to politely go away. And here he plays queen to f3, which is ridiculous. He's obviously eyeing a checkmate. And he's eyeing this light square diagonal. Thanks to the move b6, this is possible, mind you. And here the opponent just castles. Carlsen asks this awkward knight to go away with the move g4. It has two purposes. And now Magnus plays a highly principled move that I want you guys to guess. This is not purely a tactical idea, but it leads to the tactics that he wants in this kind of position. I'll let you guys think about it. Not an easy move, but also not impossible. The answer in 3, 2, and 1. Magnus plays the strong h5. Idea is to open this up. And you can't allow it to just open up, because in the position the opponent took, because if you play h6, well, it simply takes. And after giving that up, it's a blunder, of course. Check. Because of the h7 pawn, that's a check, and that's a mate. There's no exit square. So the opponent in the blitz time control kind of seen intuitively that that's likely going to happen. So instead he took. And here is tactical puzzle. What move did Carlsen play in this position? Knowing that, well, this is about to open up. You have this really snipey bishop. Looking at granite at the moment, you have this activity, you have a knight there eyeing f6. What did Carlsen play in this position? The answer in 3, 2, and 1. Carlsen played knight to h7. Brilliant move, sacrificing the knight. King took. Now what? Knight to g5. Taking that, focuses the attack on this wee piece there. Queen takes on d3. Is there a counter threat? This is closed, so probably not. Magnus just asks to go away with rook to h3, queen to d6, queen to queen. Magnus just chomps. Now threatening mate in 1. Magnus just defends by developing bishop to e3. There are no mating threats. This is now protected, of course. The opponent plays h takes on g4. You know how we talked about this is bad? Well, the queen's no longer on that side. So there's another reason why that move is bad. And I'll let you guys figure that out with the knight here on g5 and an open h-file now. Magnus plays what? The answer in 3, 2, and 1. Magnus sacrifices the rook. Brilliant move. You can't exit here because the knight goes there. Why is that brilliant when this is likely not checkmate because the queen just blocks, right? Well, it's brilliant because... And at this point, actually, after the sack, the opponent resigned because it's just too much. Magnus is just crazy. Absolutely insane. Anyways, yeah. Quick look. C3, booting that. Moves. Checkmate threat. Light square diagonal. Boots out the knight. Opens H file. Takes. With a check. Takes the knight. Asks the queen to get out of there. Takes. Defends. And the opponent blunders. Sometimes you need a blunder from the opponent because that's chess and we're all human, not AlphaZero. Goodbye, queen. Second position from Magnus. This is another tactical idea. Here, castle opposites. Magnus plays white, of course. You have what looks like an overextended pawn here, controlling c6 and e6. Two developed bishops. Two fianchettoed bishops from black. And here, it's Magnus's turn, h4. The same thematic idea from the first game to open this up, right? Except the king's castle this time. Knight to c5 was played. And here Magnus just literally plays h5. No prep, just goes. And the opponent avoids that idea. You know, you could take here, but this leads to this is like a Sicilian idea of bishop to h6, disallowing, or rather asking your opponent to take, and with the queen takes, now this is just a nagging threat. When you remove the fianchettoed bishop there, the defense goes all funny, especially if this is open. So after that, the threat, of course, is g4, and the game is literally done. It's bad. It's bad for business. So the opponent did not bite. After h5, simply played rook to e8. Magnus takes, because that's good for him. This is open, right? And he plays bishop to h6. Repeating the idea that we kind of mentioned, that if you took there bishop to h6, you still want to weaken the defenses, removing the dark square defender. Bishop to h8 was played. Magnus maintains attention while having monstrous control on the h file and this diagonal by placing the knight there on g3. And here the opponent plays a6. And I just want to point out that a6 is a mega game-ending mistake. And Magnus spots it and finds it immediately with this move. So with the idea of an open h-file, a knight here on g3, and potentials in the diagonal, what move did Magnus play in this position, guys? I'll give you guys 3, 2, 1. So Magnus sacrificed the bishop. And it's absolutely insane. If you move something else like b5, you get destroyed with this idea. And let's go back. What happens if you take? Well, after check, here leads to mate. Queen to h6. Here leads to mate as well. Insane. Just one move leads to so many tactical motifs. If you take with rook to f8, because this is open, and you have another rook, the idea becomes takes with check. And again, because the knight was placed here, Magnus is just so perceptive. And look how useless the bishop here and the queen is. You can't stop an assault on h8. In the game, actually, what was played was rook takes on f8. So takes, check. And Magnus plays knight to f5. After knight to e6, d you can't stop any of the moves. It's mate. So, one prep move, and just a killer tactic. So, let's have a look at that again. With h4, this motif of the h-file. Push, takes, prying it open, and then a prep move. A prep move. Bishop 2, f8. All lines are forced. This is the line that they chose. Sacking the rook. Now checkmate threat. Game over. That was beautiful, beautiful stuff. Hope you guys got something out of that. The motif is checkmate on the h-file and then prep moves. I'll see you guys later. Double peace.